And welcome back to our daily National Basketball Association picks here on the channel. We've got 7 games today for Saturday, December 7th, and I'm not going to lie to you, there's a lot of games with just very large spreads because we have games like the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Charlotte Hornets. Hold on, there's more. The Denver Nuggets versus the Washington Wizards. The Detroit Pistons and the New York Knicks. And the Oklahoma City Thunder and the New Orleans Pelicans. There's even more than that, but we'll get into that when we get into the individual games. But yes, 7 games in the association today. Tomorrow, I believe every team in the NBA plays, I think, because we only have 1 game on Monday. Great. But we'll get into all 7 of these games in just a moment, folks. But if you have not yet, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily college basketball and NBA predictions daily on the channel. We already posted our college basketball best bets an hour ago, so make sure to check that video out. Link is in the description down below, along with our NFL predictions, our college football predictions, and our UFC predictions with UFC 310 tonight between Alexandre Pantoja and Kai Asakura in the main event. So make sure, again, you watch that video, get your bets in for the fights tonight. The UFC predictions, we've been doing, all the football and basketball stuff for a while, but no, I've been predicting UFC on the channel since early, 2020, and I've been watching the UFC longer than I've been watching any others. Actually, no, I've watched football for a little bit longer, but I've been watching the UFC since I was like 4 years old. So trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Anyways, make sure also, folks, to join and watch, as you first watch the 20,000 subscriber special giveaway. Well, join the giveaway, watch the video, links in the description down below, but also make sure you enter the $100 20,000 subscriber giveaway. All you have to do to enter the giveaway is 1, follow Greedo Plays YT on Instagram. That is the first link in the description down below, and just subscribe to the channel. That's all you have to do to be entered to win $100. It is completely free to enter the giveaway, so you might as well do it, and we'll draw a winner a week from today, December the 14th, and we'll make a video on Instagram and probably put it in both the college basketball and the NBA videos on Saturday to announce the giveaway winner. So make sure, again, you join the giveaway. It is completely free to enter. Okay, let's get on out to our 7 predictions today for the NBA. We start things off in Charlotte, North Carolina for the Charlotte Hornets and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Guys, I'm going to be honest, I don't have much to say about this basketball game because there's really not much to say. The Cavs are going to blow out the Hornets. It's unfortunate, but this is the way the association's going to be today, guys. It's a lot of games that, I'm sorry, I'm just not going to get too amped up to talk about. There is a game, Memphis and Boston, you saw in the thumbnail. That's a ball game. But the rest of these are just like, Am I going to watch Arizona State versus Iowa State, or the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Charlotte Hornets? Be honest with ourselves, guys. We're watching Cam Scadaboo win us money tomorrow morning with the today, with the Arizona State Wildcats. Yes, I said tomorrow because I'm recording this at 3:43 in the morning, and that game is in 5 hours. I'm not going to sleep tonight. Oh, no. Anyways, we're taking the Cavs. Guys, the Hornets are just getting blown out. Well, they actually weren't getting blown out prior to the Knicks game, but the Knicks game was all I needed to see, okay? I picked the Hornets to cover against the Knicks. It wasn't close. Okay, now we're taking the Cavaliers to blow out the Hornets. The Hornets were playing competitive basketball against the Knicks. Actually, prior to that second Knicks game, close game against the Heat, close game against the Knicks, close game against the Hawks, close game against the Sixers, and then get blown out by the Knicks. All those games, though, they lost. All those close games, lost all of them. This team's in trouble, though. No LaMelo Ball, no Miles Bridges. Obviously, again, Brandon Miller is literally doing everything for this basketball team, but that's only sustainable for so long. And exactly that's what happened in that game where they lost the Garden to the Knicks. They get blown out. And that's going to continue to happen to them against the best team in the leagues, and best teams in the league. The Cavaliers are one of the best teams in the NBA, if not the best team in the NBA. And tomorrow, they're going to go to Indiana to take on the Pacers. I think, guys, I think the Pacers have now finally figured it out. They finally won on the road. They beat the Bulls, and Tyrese dropped 23-8. I think we might be back, guys. I think we might be back. I don't know. The Winter Soldier might have finally arrived. I don't know. Regardless, we're taking the Cavs to blow out the Hornets. Again, no LaMelo Ball, no victory, no cover. It's that simple. The Cavaliers are 20-3. Only losses this season are 2 to the Hawks and 1 to the Boston Celtics. But hey, our Hawks pick yesterday paid off. We finally picked against the Lakers and it worked. Shout out Trae Young. Even though I wanted the Lakers to win, I'm not going to lie to you. But, shout out Trae Young. He's a dog. Again, those are Cleveland's only losses this season. They're going to run right through Charlotte. It doesn't matter who's on the court for the Hornets. As long as LaMelo's not out there, they're not that good. So give me Cleveland to absolutely dominate the Charlotte Hornets on the road in the morning game here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Next up, we move on to Washington, D.C., where we've got the Washington Wizards taking on the Denver Nuggets. This is sad, guys. This is sad. I've been saying it, I'm going to continue to say it. The Washington Wizards are not winning a basketball game in 2024 again. What is the longest losing streak in NBA history? The longest losing streak in NBA history. It's 28 straight games. Right, the Pistons tied it, I forgot. So yeah, the Pistons and the 76ers. Are they going to reach 28, the Wizards? What are they at right now? They're 16. Denver, Memphis, Cleveland, Boston. Charlotte's the tough one, but I think they lose to Charlotte. That's the one they can win, but I think Melo might be back for December 19th. So that's 5. Milwaukee, OKC, Charlotte again. Melo should be back. Knicks. That's 26 losses. They need 28. Oh, no, they're going to win a game. Chicago, hear me out. In New Orleans, loss at home. Oh, I didn't want to flip you guys off. I kid you not. That's just the last finger that I had up. New Orleans at home, January 5th, they're going to win. Replay this on January 5th when they still haven't won a game until then. January 5th is where the Washington Wizards will win. They'll win at home against the Pelicans. Because the Pelicans suck. But, Zion might be back. I don't know. That's the game, though. That will tie the streak. I don't know, man. I don't know. Regardless of this basketball game, the Nuggets blow out the Wizards. Guys, the Wizards are the easiest fade in all of basketball. Because there are teams like, that we just saw, obviously. We talked about the Cavs game, obviously, with the Cavs going on the road to take on Charlotte. Like, again, Charlotte does not have a good record, but they will stay in games, and they will be competitive, and again, they will give teams problems. Even without LaMelo Ball, they'll play close games. The thing and the problem with the Washington Wizards, and we've been detailing it all season long, is that they don't play anybody competitive. They don't have competitive games. Their losses aren't competitive. They just lost to the Mavs by 36 points, lose the Cavs by 40 or 30. They don't play close games. So the Nuggets are going to go in there and absolutely spank them. There's no other way to put it, guys. It's embarrassing that this is a professional basketball team. And now the injuries are piling up too. No Brogdon. No Kyle. Brogdon's back. He's been out. Wait. Has Malcolm Brogdon been playing this season? He has? See, it's that bad. I forgot Malcolm Brogdon was even playing. I'll be honest with you guys. I haven't sat down and actually watched a full Wizards game all season. I'm just like, why would you do that to yourself? But like, Brogdon was hurt at some point, right? Because, I did watch the Wizards early in the year. Okay, all right, he just came back a couple weeks ago. That's my fault. But honestly, guys, I haven't researched the Wizards too much because it's just an auto fade. Like, they're not banned because we never bet on them, so like, we can't ban them, but they're essentially banned. But Brogdon's out tonight. Kuzma's still out. Corey Kispert's out. Keyshawn George is out. How do they win? They're so horrible. And Denver's Denver, obviously. Jokic, another triple-double. LeBron once said he's Mr. Triple-double. That's okay. That's something. But that was a long time ago. But give me the Nuggets to beat the Wizards. It's not even close. 22.5, I'd still probably take the Nuggets. Genuinely. Next up, we go to New Orleans. Now, all right, guys, the Pelicans are better. I will give you that. They are better. Again, they are the first team on the Greedo Plays ban list. They are. Here they are. Now, guys, I'm not going to do it yet, but I'm very close to unbanning the New Orleans Pelicans. I know they just won their first game in literally, 10 games yesterday or a couple days ago against the Phoenix Suns, and I get it, no Kevin Durant, but I'm really close to unbanning the Pelicans. I'm not going to pick the Pelicans in a while, actually, though, so I'm probably not going to unban them yet, but, let's just look at their schedule. They play a really rough schedule. I'm not picking them to beat the Thunder. Obviously, this game we're taking the Thunder to cover. We're not taking them in San Antonio, in all fairness. We're not taking them... Oh, we could take them at home against the Kings. The Kings are really bad. We're not taking them in Indiana. Not taking them in Houston. Home against the Knicks, no. Home against the Nuggets, no. Home against the Rockets, probably not. Home against the Grizz, no. Home against the Clippers, probably not. On the road against the Heat, probably not. Wizards, January 3rd. We might think about it. Now, I have a team that I want to replace them with in the ban list. The Portland Trailblazers. Guys, what the... the Portland Trailblazers. You get 2.5 points at home against the Utah Jazz. Every time I've ever watched the Trailblazers this year, they've absolutely sucked. Walker Kessler had a career day. Great for him. Great for Walker Kessler. which, by the way, shout out to the guy who commented I look like Walker Kessler. Guys, I don't know if I should be insulted or like, I'm sure Walker Kessler is a great human being, but seriously, I will find out who you are. No, I'm joking. Actually, I know who said that. Anyways, it's a joke. Guys, the Utah Jazz beat the brakes off of the Trailblazers without Lauri Markkanen on the court, and they beat him by 43 points. I know this is a Pelicans Thunder prediction. The pick is Thunder minus 7.5. Zion's still not back. I don't care. They've got their big three now with Murray. DeJounte Murray's been bad. CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram. I don't care. Thunder by more than 7.5. This is the best team in basketball other than the Cavaliers right now. We love Shea. Isaiah Hartenstein's been great for the Thunder. Okay, now I can get on my Trailblazers tangent real quick. Okay, Lauri Markkanen is not playing. You lose the game by 43 points at home. You get booed out the building at the end of the game. And on top of that, oh my goodness. It's so dumb. How are the Trailblazers that bad? It doesn't make sense. So, full transparency. I saw they fell behind like 9-4 to start the game. So it's like, you know what? Okay, now I get the Trailblazers at plus money. We're 3 minutes into the game. It wasn't plus money, but I think it was like, it's like minus 115. I was like, all right, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take the Blazers. I haven't bet on the Blazers since their horrible performance when I actually went to a Portland Trailblazers game when I saw them play the Memphis Grizzlies, okay? I was at a loss for words. They were down by 20 points at halftime. Then I saw the line at halftime. I saw minus 18.5 for the Utah Jazz. I'm not going to lie, I hammered that. I did. Just watching the way the Trailblazers played in the first half, I saw minus 18.5. I was like, all right, I'm winning the coin back here. And obviously, I won the coin back and more because the Jazz won the game by 42 points. I just wanted to say that real quick about how much I hate the Portland Trailblazers. Again, it won me money, but I shouldn't have been in that predicament in the first place. I hate you, Portland Trailblazers. You're very close to being banned. But the thing is, they play the Lakers tomorrow night, and watch they beat the Lakers. I don't know. This game, even the Thunder, they're great. So yeah, I did take this time to talk about the Trailblazers because, you know, it is related to the Pelicans. Because the Pelicans will probably get unbanned in favor of the Trailblazers. I can't ban 2 NBA teams, I don't think. Well, I could. The reason why we have 4 college basketball teams banned is because there's 200 of them. We only have 30 NBA teams. All right, next up, Pistons Knicks. Guys, all these games are blowouts. It's just... I think the Thunder blow out the Pelicans. I think the Knicks blow out the Pistons. Honestly, this isn't really a Pistons thing. It's just the Knicks are really good right now. And sure, the Pistons are better this year, but when the Knicks play a team that is obviously not on their level, they should blow them out. Detroit's on a 3-game losing streak. Sixers got blown out by the Bucks. Kind of stayed competitive against the Celtics, but lost, okay? Blown out by the Grizzlies before that. Somehow beat the Indiana Pacers. But the Pacers, hey, right track. Beat the Bulls, right track. For the New York Knicks, right, this is a team that continues to blow these teams who aren't on their level out, right? Last 3 games. The Magic are on their level, and they blew them out anyway. But Hornets, Pelicans, blew those teams out. Great. New York should do the same here against the Pistons. New York is getting better as the season progresses. Obviously, I mean, what do I have to say about Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns? And obviously Miles Bridges as well. I mean, these guys are playing good. Sorry, Mikal Bridges. Excuse me. Mikal Bridges, not Miles Bridges. These guys are playing great basketball this season. They are playing good basketball. Detroit, we thought they were kind of better, but honestly, I think it was just a surge at the beginning of the season. They're not who we thought they were. We didn't let them off the hook, but they were not who we thought they were. Yeah. Cade's great. Cade does everything for this team. And Cade will need a Herculean effort to cover this spread against the New York Knicks, a team that right now is firing on all cylinders. So give me the New York Knicks. They'll cover. They're at home. They're getting 10.5 points. We like them to blow out the Pistons here just because, again, they're at home. They've been playing really good basketball. The Pistons, not bad this season, but just not on the next level. Give me New York to win the game and to cover the spread as well. Next up, just another blowout. You're not convincing me the Raptors stay in this game with the Mavericks. I get it again. Oh, the Raptors play a lot better in the 6. I don't care. Dallas is playing really good basketball right now. The Mavs are 15-8. They're 15-8, and they are on a 6-game winning streak. Wins over the Hawks, Knicks, Jazz, Blazers, Grizz, and Wizards. Again, Washington Wizards games are not competitive. They win the game by 36 points. Dallas is playing good ball, obviously. The winners of the Western Conference last season, but this is a team that started the year 5-7, and then since then they've gone 10-2. Right, only losses to Miami. That's it. They're 10-1. The only loss is Miami. And it was an overtime on the road in Miami without Luka Doncic. The Mavs are playing great basketball right now. I'm not going to deny how well the Mavericks are playing. The Mavericks are great right now. And for the Raptors, coming off that loss at home to OKC, I'm not saying the same exact thing is going to happen, but I am saying the same exact thing is going to happen. I think they get blown out at home again. I literally think it's the same type of game. Now, again, this team is really dependent on their three big stars, but kind of two. Like, I like Grady Dick, but Scotty Barnes and RJ Barrett are their two guys, obviously. And RJ's been great recently. Scotty Barnes had a big game against the Pacers. We scored 35 points. And Jakob Poeltl will clean it up on the glass as well. Poeltl's been great in his role this season. I will give him that. Poeltl's been absolutely phenomenal as the starting five for the Toronto Raptors. But in that game against OKC, no one can get going. I mean, RJ Barrett led the team in points at 17. That's not going to cut it. They need big nights every single night out of RJ Barrett and Scotty Barnes to win basketball games. I don't think they're able to do that against the Mavericks. And on top of that, I just rely on I trust in the Mavericks' ability to score. I trust in their shooting. I trust in their ability to get into the hoop or get to the hoop. And I don't mind the matchup we get at center as well. Again, Poeltl's such a big part of that Raptors squad. I don't mind Derek Lively on him. I think Derek Lively should be okay in this matchup. And ultimately, that's where I think the Mavericks pull away in this basketball game. Give me Dallas to win. Give me them to blow out the Raptors 8.5 points. Yes, we're predicting a lot of blowouts early. We only got 2 more games after this. These 2 games are actually competitive. But the first 5 guys, I think these are all blowouts. I think they are. Give me Dallas minus 8.5 on the road in Toronto. Next up, here's a basketball game. You want an underdog? We will give you an underdog. Plus 220 Memphis Grizzlies money line. Where you at? Let's go. Plus 6.5 points. Keep your points. Take your points. Don't care. We're taking the plus 220. Perfect spot for the Grizz here. On the road, yes. Sure. On the road, yeah. But it's a perfect spot for Memphis. Second half of back-to-back for Boston. They just won yesterday in a grueling game against the Milwaukee Bucks. What, the Bucks are getting 7.5 they covered? I think they were getting 7.5. I hope they were. I'll be honest, I didn't bet on the game personally. I think it was 7.5. I hope we covered that. Yes, 8.5. We covered easy. I told you the Bucks were going to cover easy. The team changes with Chris Middleton. Celtics still won, that's fine. Perfect spot for the Grizzlies to come in and beat them. Again, second half of a back-to-back for Boston. Memphis just won on Thursday against the Sacramento Kings in a game where Ja Morant got ejected. But Memphis is still great. They are really good this season with Ja, with Desmond Bane. Jaren Jackson is one of the most underrated bigs in the entire NBA. He is. Zach Edey's out. Luke Kennard's out. It sucks, but whatever. They should be able to take care of business. Boston's good. Their losses this year are only Cleveland, Indiana, Atlanta, Golden State. It is what it is. It is what it is. But I do think Memphis is able to go in here and shock them. Again, it just feels like the right spot. Boston coming off a really tough game last night where they, again, had to go down to the wire to win. Tatum puts up 34 and 10 in the victory. Again, good for him. But now you get Memphis just swooping in on him and kind of just taking advantage of this team because of the way and how hard they had to play yesterday against the Milwaukee Bucks. Again, I like the Celtics, but this is just a positional pick here, honestly. And at the same time, I think Memphis is one of the better teams right now in the Western Conference. They're playing great. Everyone on this team can score. Ja, and they play defense too. Ja, Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson, obviously the big three. And yeah, this team does hurt without, again, guys like Kennard and Edey coming off the bench. But you've got guys, again, who can, Santi Aldama doesn't do the same thing, obviously, as Zach Edey does, but Aldama is a pretty good big for them off the bench who can shoot, can stretch the floor. I don't mind. And Jay Huff, again, now gets involved with the Grizz, who has played decently well in some of his opportunities this season. You look back at the Lakers game. Again, Jay Huff has not been horrible in replacement for a guy like Edey this season. I mean, I think he replaced Jaren Jackson earlier this year. Or was it Clark? I'm not sure. But regardless, I don't mind the depth out of Memphis. And again, I feel like this is a perfect spot for him. Boston coming off a tough game yesterday. Second half of back-to-back. Memphis hasn't played since Thursday. They got a day off day. I like the Grizzlies here. Give me Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies to win in the game of the day. They go to Boston and take down the Boston Celtics. We go on to our final game of the episode. We go on to South Beach. We've got the Miami Heat taking on the Phoenix Suns. We like the Miami Heat in this game. We like them pretty dominantly. Not the blowouts like the games that we mentioned earlier in the video, but we do like Miami to win this game pretty easily. Phoenix is just a much different team without Kevin Durant. It's that simple. They're a much different team without KD, and they're a much different team without Yusuf Nurkic. Both those guys aren't going. I like D-Book. I think he's a great player. Bradley Beal, not the same Beal that was in Washington, I'll tell you that. Not the same guy. Sure, he's averaging 18, but It just doesn't feel like the same Bradley Beal. Even in moments where KD is out, he doesn't feel like the same Bradley Beal. Devin Booker's a baller, though. I'll give you that. D-Book's an absolute monster. But where this team's really hurting, again, is the scoring presence and the overall presence of Kevin Durant. But on top of that, it's their center, too. Nurkic being out, it's a huge difference. This team's a lot different without Yusuf Nurkic. They just are. Guys, they lost the Pelicans last game. It's tough. D-Book puts up 28 points. What does Bradley Beal do? 24, not a bad night. But what do they get at the center position? Mason Plumlee, 4 points, 10 boards. Not horrible, but then, okay, Bol is forced into action for the first time this season, which I don't mind. But again, Bol is playing meaningful minutes for the first time all year now. You just got guys who aren't used to these spots, and with Nurkic being out, it really makes it difficult on the Suns team. On top of that, the Miami Heat are playing their best basketball right now, a huge blowout win over the Lakers the other night. The Lakers sure just had their worst game of the season, but, if anything you can take away from that game, hell, Los Angeles bounced back and didn't look horrible in the Hawks game. Yeah, they lost, but they took Atlanta to overtime. LeBron had a 39, 10, and 11 triple-double. He's not washed. He's still a top 10 player in the NBA. Put some respect on LeBron's name. He just had 2 bad games earlier this season. Put some respect on LeBron's name. He's fine. But Miami's building momentum, obviously, with the Lakers win. Sure, they lost 2 in a row before that, but it just feels like a really good spot for the Heat. Again, Phoenix, a team from Arizona coming all the way to Florida, and the Heat at home coming off that big win over the Lakers. And again, Phoenix without Kevin Durant and Yusuf Nurkic. Bam Adebayo is going to have a day. Trust me, expect a huge night out of Bam Adebayo. Tyler Hero's been great every single night, but this is the game where Bam goes for 30+. Because he gets that Mason Plumlee matchup, they should be able to feed inside. And Bam Adebayo, he does grab every rebound as it is, but expect him to only add on to that rebound total tonight at home against the Phoenix Suns. So give me the Miami Heat to cover the 6.5. We love Bam Adebayo tonight. I think he has a huge night at home against Plumlee and the Suns. So folks, thank y'all for watching our daily NBA bets here for our predictions for December 7th. If you have not yet, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. And we'll be back tomorrow again for more daily NBA predictions. And make sure to follow the Instagram as well to join the giveaway for $100 for 20,000 subscribers. So make sure to do that again, folks. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure that subscribe button down below for more. And Mamba forever.